Angolan aircraft that landed illegally at the Cape Town International Airport on Friday has since left the country. This just hours after the Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula issued a statement saying it will remain grounded until its foreign operator permit issue was resolved. For the latest on this story, we're joined by the spokesperson for the Angolan embassy in South Africa, Mr. Manuel Santos. A very good morning to you and thank you for availing yourself. Our reporter on the ground, Natalie Malchas, confirmed seeing the aircraft taking to the air. Perhaps just confirmation on your side, as the embassy has it since left indeed.
Yes. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to this interview. I would like to confirm that the aircraft and the crew left this morning back to Angola after getting all the necessary permission to leave the airport.
So they got the necessary permission to leave the airport. Did they have the necessary permission to enter South Africa's airspace?
No, you have said already that they didn't have all the papers to enter South Africa. They didn't have the permit. Unfortunately, according to the information that I got from the company, they prepared everything and the aircraft took off before to get the permit, and they were expecting to get the permit before landing in South Africa. But that did not happen. Apparently, there were problems with the ending company here in South Africa, and they were not informed.
Mr. Santos, is that unusual for one country to leave its airspace, having requested permission and without even getting it, make its way already without knowing whether they'll be allowed in or not?
No, that is not normal. Our country normally complies with the international law, and that was a mistake that was made by the private company that was on the aircraft. But we are not supporting that. We are not supporting that. They're supposed to be patient and wait for the permit before to take off.
If you can just remind a viewer who's joining us why the situation was so desperate that required them to leave without the permit to come to South Africa.
Come again?
If you could just remind our viewers, and you say this is not normal, right? So what was so desperate that would have led them to leave Angola without permission to land in South Africa and yet still make their way here? What was the trip for?
Well, the aircraft came to collect workers that came for a seminar here, a workshop that took place in Cape Town. And well, because of the cancellation of Target, because they are on strike, so they sent that aircraft to come and pick their workers.
These workers, if you would allow me to ask who they are and why they could not have taken another airline to Angola?
No, these are staff. They are staff members of the company Chevron that came for a workshop. And since TAG cancelled the flight, they did not want them to stay for long, so they sent the aircraft to come and collect them.
Will they be coming back to collect the staff, or has another plan been made for them? Are they still in South Africa?
The 20 passengers are still in South Africa. They were left behind after the crew and the aircraft was released. They were not allowed to take them since they entered without following the normal procedures.
And then in terms of them coming back or the aircraft making its way back after seeking the necessary permission and sorting out whatever diplomatic means need to be sorted out. Will they be using the same aircraft? Will it be coming back to South Africa?
Yes, they will be probably using the same aircraft. So they went back to prepare the papers, to get the permit. So if they get the permits, they can come back to South Africa and collect them. And also, I would like to take advantage and thank the South African authorities for allowing them to refuel the aircraft and releasing them to go back home to prepare the necessary papers.
The Transport Minister in South Africa, Fikile Mbalula, releasing a statement warning that his department takes the violation of the country's aviation laws extremely seriously. Has this since caused a diplomatic, perhaps not rifts, that's too strong of a word, but is there some friction? And if so, what then is the consequence for this entire debacle?
Well, there's no any friction between both governments, Angola and South Africa. We work together with the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, and all was done to make sure that the crew was given the necessary protection, and they were given all the conditions and refueling the aircraft and given the permission to leave the country in normal way. So there's no any friction between the two governments.
Thank you very much, sir, for availing yourself. Manuel Santos is with the Angolan embassy in South Africa. He speaks for the country.